As technology continues to evolve, so do scammers. They continuously adapt and find new ways of fucking people in the ass. Most recently, I've noticed a lot of people taking advantage of the Ukraine-Russia situation where people are setting up fake donation links to help Ukraine when, in actuality, it's just going directly to the scammer. I've seen a ton of YouTube live streams popping up where it's a channel impersonating the official Ukraine account and posting a bogus donation link to a crypto wallet that they own, and it just goes right into their piggy bank, and it's just really fucked up shit. What I'm saying is, there's always tons of scams that are constantly changing. If you've played RuneScape, you have probably been scammed yourself. However, there's one scam as old as time. It's psychic energy manipulation, fake martial arts and shit like that. Honestly, just genuine anime shit where people really believe in this idea that if they focus on their breathing hard enough and really get in tune with their chakras and their belly, they can generate fucking Kamehameha blasts from the palm of their hands as well as set up force fields. It's a scam that's been around since I was a kid. I used to laugh at it when I was young, and I'm still laughing at it today. And it's just as popular, if not more popular now, than it's ever been.
So don't be frightened of your passion and your dark energy. Please use it in this. You can put the thumbs up if you like. It's to make contact with our source of power, the Hara, the Tantien, center of energy in the body. And when I say breathe out, and you blow out a black smoke, which is all the negativity, the tiredness, anything that is pain in your body, just breathe it out.
All of these classes sound like fanfic from the instructor. We're going to need to use your negative energy. We're going to have to harness that darkness within each and every one of you. Every heart has its darkness, and today we're going to channel that power into the most devastating, destructive event since the fucking meteor that killed the dinosaurs. So get ready. Get into the belly, the center, the poo-poo-ba-boo-boo, and we're going to channel all of that energy from your center and blow it out. He talks about, like, expelling all of the negativity and shit. Like, just breathe out all of the problems. That'll surely fix it. Oh, you're homeless? Just breathe better, idiot.
And then I say, look up. Hold the energy down into your body. And lock it in the belly. Look up, look up. Hard, hard. Yes, it's coming out this way. Good.
I love this maneuver right here. They're looking like vampires that just got exposed to sunlight, so they're starting to melt. It's like a Redditor leaving the basement for the first time in 10 years. Now, this video is a video I saw like 7 or 8 years ago now, and it's just a timeless classic. I think it illustrates the entire problem with this scam top to bottom in a nice, easily digestible 7-minute video, which I will of course be breaking up and just showing you the greatest hits here in a nice little montage, give you the cliff notes. But it has everything. It has all of the dumb pseudoscience jargon, it has goofy posing, it has force fields and energy blasts, and it even has immediate regret, which I won't spoil.
And I say, bend your knees, cross the arms, and then break the chains.
Oh my god. It's all over. He broke the chains. No one's safe. That was the only thing keeping him in line, keeping his power in check. He's gonna rampage now! Fuck! He's free! Ah! And we thought the chains would be enough to hold him down? God damn it! This is the end. I just love this shit so much, man. I really fucking do.
Break the chains!
I love the guy in the red looking like Conan O'Brien over there. He's really getting wild and wacky with it. I actually thought for a second he was breaking real chains. He sold the performance so well. Just look at him go. He's experiencing a real exorcism. Maybe there is superhumans amongst us, and this is probably one of them.
More power, more passion, more power. Big. Look into the hands. Look into the hands. Look. Look into the space between. Yes. Good, good, good.
I used to do this exact same thing when I was a child after watching Dragon Ball Z. They're making spirit bombs right now. It's a little spirit bomb making workshop. And I don't think any amount of opening of their third eye is going to necessarily create a real spirit bomb there. Unfortunately, I wish that were different, but It's a lesson I learned the hard way, and one that they probably will too soon. This looks like a scene out of the movie Midsummer. Like, this is all very cult-like shit.
Good. 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 Yes, Magnus, good. Good. Yes.
That's looking like me when I was trying to dance at clubs back in college. Dude's hitting like a mean TikTok dance or some shit there. He's having a full body experience right now. And I love this guy. This guy's so fucking great. It's like he's getting hit with an invisible lightning bolt. Just being electrocuted. He's just fucking...
So is there anybody who wants to try defending themselves? Well, it'll work, so it doesn't, you don't really have to try. But is anybody ready? You're ready, actually, and you're ready.
You can't argue with the results. That man got fucking blasted. They hit him with the invisible Palpatine force lightning. It just zapped him. And then when he was writhing on the ground, flopping like a fish, he seems to have ejaculated at the very end of it. So not only will you be able to disarm your attacker, but then they'll come in their pants. The ultimate embarrassment.
Where were you guys? Where the fuck were you guys?
There's no doubt she immediately regretted paying for this course. Not only did she give money to get her ass annihilated, she then had to spend even more money on medical bills for her fractured pelvis, I imagine. I don't know if her pelvis was actually fractured, but in the full clip she walks away in excruciating pain holding her hips. So it was also a very hard tumble too. Unfortunately, she didn't set up the proper force field, and he just went straight through and bulldozed her, absolutely fucking steamrolled her. It actually looked like a linebacker busting through the offensive line to get a sack in the NFL. It was aggressive. He was coming in with a head of steam. There was no stopping him. Well, this is what happens when an unstoppable force meets a force that didn't even know the other was coming. It was devastating. She took a big fucking wallop there. And then he desperately tries to sell the performance, like he just starts like gyrating and seizing on the ground like, no, it actually worked to a degree. But you have to appreciate the other students' commitment to it. Like, they truly believe in it, because instead of like actually trying to help her and check on her, they both go over to her and like try and do a Naruto healing jutsu on her. So they're like trying to transfer energy as like the sensei's praying next to her, just hoping, praying to God that she doesn't sue so that he doesn't get a lawsuit. Like, this whole thing is just the perfect catastrophe to showcase the bullshit of the course. It is amazing. You couldn't have scripted it any better. I feel very bad for the lady for getting hit like that, but you had to know it was coming with a course like that. This kind of shit isn't just like goofily silly shit. It's dangerous because you convince people that they can do things that they can't. And also, after she gets up and walks away in pain, the teacher blames her for it, saying that she didn't really do a good enough job, and that only did a better job at convincing all the other students that it's real, because it made them a stronger believer. Like, damn, if I'm not really putting all my energy in here, I'm just gonna get hurt. I have to really concentrate. This guy's the real deal. Common sense would dictate, after seeing this, they'd be like, oh god, this is all a scam, it doesn't work at all. But here, this is where common sense goes to die, because they all left even believing stronger in it after having seen that woman get hit. Crazy. Just wanted to share this. That's about it. So yeah. Heal yourself with frequency, vibration, and energy.
Specific frequencies, and sickness, disease, depression, and stress cause human beings to vibrate at a lower
So
frequency.
you can vibrate depression away?
Playing tones in specific frequencies that promote
Why didn't you
healing,
idiots think of that?
happiness, unlimited potential of our bodies,
Whoa.
alongside the hidden abilities of our minds.
I can look like that if I just shake hard enough and listen to the right acoustic fart noise?
Force them to change the name of junk DNA to jump drive DNA.
Why
There
jump
is
drive
unlimited
DNA?
information
That's some
within
anime
you,
shit right there, like in
accessible via
Yu-Gi-Oh!
consciousness.
We're gonna have a jump
There are
drive battle
several
Yugi for the
modalities
Egyptian
still
god
yet
cards.
to be approved by Sen.
I
There
wish
are
shit like
several
this was real.
scientists and spiritual teachers
It'd be
who are
so
of the
nice to just
opinion
like hit a
that
drum
our
in the
DNA
right
can be
frequency and
altered
then
by
be
light
able to
and
shoot
sound
Kamehameha
frequencies
waves or
in
something.
a way that has
So you're gonna make a video, telekinesis is real and use Stranger Things, fair enough, but why make the arrow point at the Coke can? Is the Coke can telekinetic, not the girl? The Coke can controls her? Yeehaw, look at that depression just melt away.
Welcome back to
That
the
looks like a
Archangel
sound healer.
Michael Healing Center
When I hear those
here
words
in
together,
the
this
heart
is what I
of
picture in my head.
Glastonbury, right behind. You can see this monoport. It's called monoport.
I mean, I could see
here.
this to like
All the
make me
notes are
horny
actually the
maybe,
same notes.
but
I have
as to
tuned
like
this chair to
heal
D,
my
so it's
depression or whatever, I
lovely.
don't think it'd
And
be
there
that
is
effective.
also a
But yeah, just sitting there getting vibrated on my ass cheeks and nutsack. Yeah, fuck yeah, sign me up.
Really, really well when you put your
But I
hand
mean,
on
don't
there.
upcharge me because you're telling me it's gonna melt away anxiety.
Vibrating. Clears and opens the whole Kundalini channel, and you can see I have
What word was
on
that? The
top here one of
Kundalini
my
channel?
crystal
Where is
sound
that on the
drums.
human body?
Exactly on the top where
It
the
took
crown
3 years of
chakra is.
anatomy
So
and
sound
physiology, and yet they
comes
left out the
from the
Kundalini
top,
pathway.
from the back,
Kundalini
and
joint
then
or
also
whatever.
I'm gonna use
Oh man. I can feel the Kundalini channels opening now.
okay, we've
Oh, that
got
girl's gonna get
select
so
here
wet.
to actually just connect.
This looks like pseudoscience, but I can't tell. Well, it looks pretty normal to me. You're telling me your primary care physician doesn't sit you down in an orgasm sitar chair while hitting a crystal chandelier above you with a chalk stick? Oh, a metal detector, making sure she's not armed. Very safe, very smart. Oh, what are those nipple tassels? She came here to help get better grades on her report card, but man oh man, she's transcended human education now. Next it's gonna cut to him injecting heroin into her. Oh, it's a holy grail! Gotta be so awkward if she opened her eyes right now. Just looking down the barrel of a fat chode grail goblet. This looks like ASMR in a nutshell. Like YouTube ASMR, just hitting like fucking drumstick with a fleshlight into a microphone, blowing on a giant bowl. Is he gonna use every toy in his workshop here? Where is all of this coming from? Is he just literally making out of metal scraps in the corner in a 3D printer? Where is he even getting this? Next he's gonna drive a golf cart through. She died. She was overstimulated with sound. The frequencies were miscalibrated, and she perished on that very loot chair. It was a shame. But that is the power of the chakra sound healing.
the crystal instruments.
He killed her already?
that
Yeah, this is
I
just a
use
cadaver.
During my crystal sound activation.
I'm going to
And I'd
bring
like
this
to
dead woman
share
back to
more
life
in-depth
through the
with you
power
some
of my
techniques
sound
that I have
and
developed
healing fork.
myself here to be rebalanced and retuned. So
Retuned?
this crystal tuning fork is
Have you guys
made
updated your
of
drivers recently? Because if you haven't, go see your
99.9%
local sound healing
pure
expert to get the newest software.
reconstituted quartz
Gotta get a
crystal.
tune-up.
So it is a third up the way, very, very gently,
Oh!
and it will start.
I think you hit the wrong frequency there, Lou. That just made me poop my pants.
Use this tuning fork
Oh, the power of the tuning fork.
to slow time.
The brown note.
Seal
Yeah.
any hole is a citrine. Now what you can also
Watch this, he's gonna
do with this
no-scope
fork,
the
which is
tuning
also
fork.
very powerful, is strike it again. And then if you put
360 healing fork.
Like I'm going here on
It's like he's making a field goal post for her to spit through.
A central meaning of this tuning forks is also filling my body completely. And
does he have a boner right now?
At the same time. So
it looks like he's pitching a tent right there.
You know
calm down, Lou. The sound is too strong on the feet. The resonance point is too much.
On the feet, and in that way,
he's semi-chubbed and shameless. Oh my god, Lou! This has become less of a tuning fork healing demonstration and more of an endurance test for Lou not ejaculating. Oh man, Lou, that's ill-advised. We call that sexual misconduct. Does he have porn playing for the sound? Like he doesn't play music, he just plays porn audio?
So I'm literally working.
This calls for 2 earbuds. Is that moaning? Lou, you dirty animal. This isn't about healing at all. It's about just getting aroused.
Literally working my way through
a tantric sex expert. I feel like I'm watching old Beatles footage. John Lennon with Yoko Ono and some weird sexual foreplay. Masterful technique from Lou. Holy shit, that one's even bigger. Oh my. Like the exhaust pipe on a monster truck.
He chose to move to Atlantis because of the Kundalini. In humans, the Kundalini is often referred to as the energy serpent that runs up and down your spine. When activated, it provides an immense amount of
How do I turn him on?
Of the chakras. The Earth itself
what the fuck? My Kundalini's been sleeping for 25 years?
From the center of the planet
what?
To a specific
How do I unlock my Kundalini? Alright, I'm already done with this little fucking extra credits lesson. How do I turn on my Kundalini? I have no doubt this isn't isolated to just this dumb fucking video. I guarantee there's so many videos about Kundalini activation. How do I spell it? Here we go, yeah, Kundalini Awakening. This is what Kundalini Awakening actually looks like. Well, if you guys see me doing that during the stream, it's not because I'm ejaculating. It's because I've awakened my Sharingan. Or my Kundalini. The Kundalini seems very powerful.
And this empathy
I don't care about that.
Can almost become telepathic.
That's what I want.
There is greater sensitivity.
I want telekinesis,
higher
if possible.
energy levels. Full video. You're not going to believe your eyes.
Oh, he awakens it.
What he can do.
So I need to set up an appointment with the Kundalini master?
Venet Wong says that he can
hacks into it?
activate the Kundalini and
trying Amazonian frog poison. That sounds pretty healthy. I'll follow along, Frank. Take me on a ride. I'm ready to come in my pants. Or excuse me, Kundalini in my pants.
You're actively tightening it, but in the left side you're actively relaxing.
Oh,
so it says
oh, right side, right side. I was wondering why my Kundalini wasn't tingling. Wrong ear.
Yeah.
You following along, chat?
Yeah, but first pull your ear.
Let's ascend together.
Pull your elbow back, tighten your right foot, relax. So totally.
Jesus, that's a lot of instructions.
Tight,
oh, yeah.
I'm not even getting hard yet. Am I levitating on stream? This sucks, my Kundalini's not working. I need like a firmware update. This is the whole exercise?
Wait, I'm getting relaxed.
This is all it takes? Holy shit, he disappeared. Yeah, am I invisible right now? I think she's a fraud. Kundalini yoga to manifest anything? What, like conjure shit? Yo, I just shit, bro. You pull on your ear so hard you shit your pants. That's the Kundalini secret.
Hey guys, I am...
And it's Om Namo, Guru Dev Namo. We'll chant it 3 times. You can listen
what?
along, sing along, hum
Is that a curse? What the fuck was that?
Inhale again. And exhale.
Am I practicing Satanism? What? They're freestyling. This is a fucking cult. This is I'm literally being indoctrinated into a cult. Is there something where we're not praising Satan?
Wow.
We're already in your
So I'm
head.
cupping some invisible balls.
Started with the phone call from a friend.
Yes,
to
thank
feel loved. Allow
you.
yourself to. I need a specific dog collar so my dog doesn't get in the way.
It seems trivial. Okay, I want a candy bar.
Maybe you want to, and we
We've done that too, but
This sucks. I'm not. If there's a dog collar in this woman's hand by the time this Kundalini exercise is done, I'll shit my pants.
What's happening?
there's 2 steps. You're visualizing.
Stress that comes
Yep,
up.
that didn't work.
But the
Yeah.
Well, far be it for me to question the methods of Kundalini, but I think it's ineffective. Damn, he is yanking that Kundalini out. Twisting it. Turning it. Fuck, I'm starting to feel it.
Called me and said,
This is incredible. Look at that
I saw
power.
the demo. I remember this girl, but she was really dancing and expressing herself.
Sponsored by Goop.
And, I mean, my jaw was, I was like, huh?
Yeah, it sounds like some Goop shit.
It's very hard for.
She just explodes. Her Kundalini was too powerful. The closest Kundalini class to me is about 120 miles away. That means there's an opening. I too could be the master Kundalini finger. Just give him some of this right here. Some of this action. That's a shame. I'm not driving 100 miles for a Kundalini class, I'll tell you that much right now. Kundalini activation from Integrated Men's Health. Kundalini activation is the key to kicking porn addiction, the key to awakening your sexuality, and the key to correcting mental health. This guy's a porn addict? This must be a pretty big Kundalini here. She's really like getting in the zone.
Which is pretty cool. So you will see my body.
Are we sure that's his Kundalini that's activating? I'm not convinced.
Energy up through really cool. So you see him moving throughout the massage.
Yeah, he's overloading. Jesus, lady, you're killing him. This is too... Calm down. He's already come. It's a Kundalini overload. We're about to witness a murder. Holy shit. She doesn't recognize the danger. It's at a standstill because of coronavirus, man. Oh, there we go. I know, hey, that's not where the Kundalini's located. That's the G-spot. Unless she's trying to, like, trap a fart in there, maybe. We'll go in there with, like, 2 fingers. That might help. Oh, we done? The impact of pornography on teens and kids. That doesn't sound like Kundalini to me. A message to all men. I'm a man.
This is a message to all those men who are seeking help around pornography use.
Well, that's not me. So it's not a message to all men. It's a message to men that are seeking help around pornography use. This is clickbait. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. One thing that's always given me a hoot on YouTube is those pseudoscience videos, especially in regards to fitness. You know, the ones I'm talking about. Oh, if you massage these specific regions of your asshole with eucalyptus oil, it'll help you put on 5 pounds of muscle instantly while shredding 45 pounds of fat. Or something like gouchois, where they take a medieval torture device and scratch your back with it until it bleeds and bruises, and it's supposed to draw old blood that's carrying bad vibes out of your body through the skin, where it's going to immediately evaporate and get eaten by the chakra god, and your chi's going to improve, and your balance will be better because your electromagnetic fields will be more stable with the Earth's core, and the atmospheric pressure will correspond with your circadian rhythm. All because your back now looks like you slept on a bed of broken fucking glass. It's all bullshit. It's all absolute nonsense. Some of it's actually pretty dangerous, but some of it's just fun to watch, such as the one we're about to watch right now called Bioenergetic Therapy Session. So I'm going to go ahead and start the video now, and I'm sorry for the annotations. I forgot to turn them off. But the good news is, if you want to get bigger, stronger, faster, and with a bigger cock, I'm sure this man has thousands of videos on the subject. Just go ahead and click one of the annotations. No doubt in my mind he has one on the tried and true method where you just flop your penis out on the counter, take a rolling pin to it to stretch it out and improve girth. That is a scientifically proven therapy session called Bioenergetics, and that'll definitely get you the results.
So oftentimes what will happen is through bioenergetic therapy, but also through different forms of manual therapy, which you'll see me experiencing in this video, you can trigger emotion. Right? Now, of course, I'm trained in bioenergetics, so I know how to seduce emotion. I know how to get it out of my body. But what you're going to see is my friend Taylor, who you've met perhaps in another video, is working on parts of my body where I know, because I know myself and I've been doing this for long enough, that there are certain types of emotions that are trapped. Namely, within the stomach, there are joyful, giggly feelings, right?
If you're not sold on bioenergetics after that, then you are truly alone in this world and you're a fucking Neanderthal. That is by far the most scientifically sound explanation for anything I've ever heard. As we all know, we all know about ourselves, we have emotions that are trapped deep within our muscles, and we need the tender love and care of a man squeezing our Johnson in order to release these emotions, in order to free them from their bonds so we can truly experience, good posture and good, just overall improved health thanks to bioenergetics. Only $500 a minute. How the fuck do you even get trained in bioenergetics? He's saying he's trained in it like he's fucking certified. What do you do? Do you just go in front of a panel of judges and just fart in their face and then they give you a certification? Yep, and you're a bioenergetics expert now.
Use stretches to get the emotions out, rage, laughter, tears, whatever they are. But also through working in the actual tissue, you can open a floodgate of emotion. I'm not going to cite any resources here because you guys know that I read Lowen, Alexander Lowen, Wilhelm Reich. A lot of this stuff is very, in the more contemporary authors, you've got Berselli and Levine. These are guys who they call this trauma release. I mean, we all have got different types of trauma, so you could look up some of Berselli, I forget his last name, but Trauma Release Exercises is an excellent book.
So this man just experienced what's known as an exorcism. I half expected ectoplasm to just shoot out of his mouth like projectile vomit. His friend's super cool, though. I mean, that's really nice of him to just hold him down. That's probably not even anyone certified in shit. It's probably just his friend. Hey, Jonathan, can you come over and hold me down while I go through my PTSD episode for the day? Thanks, man. Cool. We're going to call it bioenergetics. So this smooth operator continues to act like Nicolas Cage going through his first transformation in the movie Ghost Rider. Meanwhile, he's talking about some psychotherapists and authors, and he mentions Alexander Lowen. Lowen's the one who actually came up with the bioenergetic analysis. He was watching a dog have a seizure, and he thought it would translate really well into improving human musculature. And then he starts mentioning completely irrelevant names. Oh, yes, I'm quite a fan of J.R.R. Tolkien, R.L. Stein has a good book here and there. Some of the Goosebumps were classics. It's just completely useless shit. And then he rolls over onto his side like the whole thing was just a nightmare he was having. And that's basically the end of the video. He just talks about how much better off he is thanks to getting all those trapped emotions out of his muscles. And yeah, that's bioenergetics in a nutshell. If after watching this you don't think bioenergetics is right for you, then simply put, nothing is right for you. Bioenergetics is the future. With bioenergetics, we can all grow to be 8 feet tall and fucking yoked out of our minds, just fucking jacked. Yeah, that's basically the end of the bioenergetics video, but I got a bonus here. So as I was looking up pseudoscience and bodybuilding and stuff, I came across this picture right here. And this man's chest looks like a girl in doggy style. I just thought that was really interesting. I didn't find that myself. There was a whole forum talking about this picture right here. Someone took this from a bodybuilding video and noticed how his chest looks like 2 ass cheeks and his traps and everything just kind of make it look like legs. It really just looks like she's diving into his pants. It's highlighted here thanks to one hero who took the time to mask it out and highlight it for us. So this guy just looks like he's on the floor and he's 69ing with a girl and he just pushed her down a little bit so he could talk to the camera. But, I mean, really, it's just his chest. Isn't that just bizarre? It's really cool, actually. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. All right, see ya. Watch Tyler 1. I'm busy. Can't you see this man's blowing into a coconut? I feel like he's trying to summon Hellboy or Bloody Mary. Oh, baby, he's got a tool belt. His Batman utility belt of sound healing equipment. I didn't expect that. Robbed at gunpoint. He started deflecting bullets with his healing fork. I guarantee it. This man's gonna spring up from the bed thinking he's going into battle. Need you, Starburn side! Look at that beautiful technique. Stirring up the bad chakra and throwing it away. It's not pee. It may look like he pissed his pants, but it's actually just chakra in its liquid form. You see, what Brian's doing is he's reducing the chakra to its most primordial
This is the
state of
formula
matter.
blue before everyone charged out of Helm's Deep.
Yeah, exactly, it's just chakra juice. I don't know why he's focusing on the cock area so heavily. No wonder he pissed his pants. This man's spending a lot of time on it. God, how much more can his dick take? He's already blown his chakra load. Come on. Have mercy. Let him have a refractory period. The guy has definitely fallen asleep. We have not seen a video with Brian where his patient hasn't fallen asleep on the chair, or on the table. Yeah, I think maybe Brian went overboard. I think he extracted too much chakra from him, and he has died.
I want to see the skinflint healing frown.
Just give Brian time, he'll work his way up to it. And in one fatal mistake, Brian has just taken all of the bad chakra and put it right back in him. I hope he just starts hitting his head like a fucking caveman with his club. Exactly, just start fucking playing his skull like a snare drum. Man, fucking sound healing is intense. It takes a lot of time and effort. We're 6 minutes in, it feels like it's been an hour.
This may be bullshit, but I still want to set up an appointment with this man.
I think it'd be relaxing as shit. Just to have this Agent 47 looking man waving a cucaracha over my head. With like a horsetail on the back. I think it'd be fucking great. It's not a cucaracha, what is it, a maraca? Maraca. Good God, not an inch of this man's body has been spared from Brian's ruthless chakra healing. All of us are gonna feel so fucking silly when this old man stands up and he's 20 years younger thanks to the sound healing. And he's got huge muscles, like bulging muscles.
What types of food would you suggest for a nutritionally complete diet while on a budget? Trying to lose weight, but everyone I talk to keeps rambling about starvation mode. Yes.
Honestly, I wouldn't even recommend food. I'd recommend sound. And I'd recommend at least 1,111 oak vibes if you can afford that kind of investment, and you should get yourself pretty jacked in like a month maybe. But I think you should just transition away from corporeal desires and like hunger and move towards sound for all your nutritional needs. Oh, it's a tag team match. It's gonna lead to an overstimulation. I can see her getting healthier. Zarathustra performs psychic surgery in workshop. God damn it, I'm going down this rabbit hole again. This looks like an emergency procedure. Jesus, Zarathustra, please! She's fading! Psychic surgery her back to life. Oh no, don't grab her tits, Zarathustra, please. She's here for surgery, not sexual harassment. I like how he's making his own sound effects. It adds to it. Ooh, that's a very powerful move right there. Very, very powerful. Oh, that's a big one. That's a lot of anxiety he just took out of her. She's about to undo her dreads. Oh, yes, very important. Gotta suckle the milk out of the tits. Looking good. Honk it, twist it, but be gentle. It's surgery after all, psychic surgery. Ooh, there it is. Yep. Ooh, that was a sour one. He didn't like the taste of that. That energy was raw. That was uncooked. Yeah, so I motorboated you. What about it? What do you mean sexual harassment? It was surgery. Zarathustra's Magic Wednesday in Norway. That is the sound of magic, yes. Man, you can just see the relief on this woman. There we go. Brush it off. Yes. Perfect. I could totally run this guy out of business. I can do those sound effects, and I can, like, squeeze tits. It'll be the new Zarathustra. Oh, he's getting real angry. That's some bad energy in there. Oh, he's getting aggressive. That top is coming off one way or the other, lady. Easy way or the hard way. Yeah, lady, just pee your pants. He doesn't like water sports. It's the only way to make him stop. Big old slurp in that one. There's a lot of bad energy there. There we go. Oh, that's the center of the bad energy. Yeah, he's identified it now. There goes all of her anxiety. Is the procedure over? Was it successful? Have you cured her of her back pain? Yeah, that's where the back pain's hiding. Oh, that playful back pain. Oh yeah, I'll get that back pain out for you. The psychic style. Oh yeah, it's going down south. That back pain's trying to run away from me. You can hear the back pain. Oh, there it is. I think I got a handle on it. Nope, I was wrong. See, these hands, they'll honk your tits and help you feel better.
Zarathustra is a very
Does he even do any work on men?
After many years of study.
He's a 5th dimensional quantum healing master. What? I didn't even know it was possible to go above a 4th dimensional esoteric healing master. What? Oh my god. Well, I take back all the jokes, man. This guy's not groping his patients. He is bringing them to the next plane. Immediately just getting rid of the man so he can go honk some tits.
And as a healer, when you're capable to raise...
Okay. I don't like that he speaks English. That ruins my immersion. A real 5th dimensional quantum healing master wouldn't need to know how to speak English. He'd speak with his... as he's squeezing your nipples. As we've seen him do multiple times already. He should still come up, right? He's a fucking founder of the Sorcerers Guild. Is that all the recorded evidence of Sorcerer Tao's existence? I mean, we can't show the demons our secret weapon, I suppose. Sorcerer Tao. Isn't it Sorcerer Tao? Velvet Ant Jazz?
Velvet Ant Jazz.
That's what I just said. Demons hate jazz. Sorcery, self-dispense, spell chains, how to tell if you are cursed and who cast it.
Cast upon you. Okay, so...
I do suspect someone has cursed me to be short. How can I
place it in your hands,
alleviate
like so.
that? Okay. You said he makes a golem out of a potato? I would like to see how to do that, to be honest. Where is that? In his introduction to sorcery, perhaps? Or entering a cemetery? And not to question the Sorcerers Guild, they've done a lot of incredible work out there over the last couple millennia. But is it really that hard to enter a cemetery? I feel like people can do that pretty easily. Oh, here it is. Sorcery in action, experimental golem creation using a potato, chaos magic. He's even got the Harry Potter spectacles on. It's not a fedora, it's a sorcerer's garb. Helmet.
Kind of an introductory spirit.
Protects him from demonic
to an intermediary
intervention.
To get the potato's attention, and then that's what we're doing.
Is the potato not listening to you? Oh, Jesus. Potato starts screaming. No, Sorcerer Tao! It's too much!
The potato has agreed to work with us.
Oh, that's nice.
And the next thing that I will do is going to be named Koptefel, which is...
Koptefel? That sounds like a magician's
by
name.
the Russian word for potato.
Oh. Is there perhaps a love sorcery spell we can use? Could you make 1,000,000 women fall in love with you all at once, using a potato, perhaps? And that rhinoceros horn?
See that at all? Probably not.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, it's too powerful! Jesus!
Golem, and as we have discussed,
camera lens is gonna burn up.
A golem's astral form needs to match its vessel. So I have
All hail the mighty wizard Koptefel. I'd feel so fucking silly if he actually does bring this potato to life and it turns out it's Jesus Christ.
Come in and do the same.
He's kind of making like a little snowman out of it. It's kind of cute.
And the mouth.
How does the potato feel? The potato was just talking to you and now you're mutilating him.
Not to damage any of the eyes.
You're literally cutting his skin. You're hurting him.
Is where
You're making Cope de Fel angry.
So, product of Cope de Fel for now.
He looks great.
What we're going to do at this point is I'm going
Beat him with a hammer.
to get him to sprout. And it will encourage him to sprout.
A huge titty anime babe pops out of the bag.
See how well he...
What the fuck, man? I'm super blueballed. You talked to the potato, you made Cope de Fel, you put a face on him, and now I don't get to see him come to life. Well, where's the part 2? How do I even... Well, let me see what the comments say. It said that Adam and Eve were originally golems that God made to execute his orders. I haven't studied the chaos magic from the Bible. That could be true. What this golem would be able to do when he's ready. He didn't turn out so well. I should have not tried to make him grow. I will try a different method soon. But even failed experiments have lessons to teach us. I'm gonna click on this video and Cope de Fel's just gonna be like in a mass grave of potatoes with Cope de Fel's face on them.
Vessel for the
What?
created being that resides inside the plant.
You're just planting him in the ground? It's
is
called
that
gardening, Sorcerer Tall.
The yeast minions that I used to
Not chaos
activate
magic.
The potato will have become bacteria and eaten into the potato. Let's go ahead and do the reveal.
He pulls out a baseball. Ah, Cope de Fel, it's good to see ya.
More, but there is no bacteriological infection from
He's
the
coming
and the sigil and face
straight
are
from
very
hell.
evident. So we're
Sorcerer Tall, far be it for me to question the chaos magic, but why don't we try strapping him to a bed and raising him up during a thunderstorm and having lightning strike Cope de Fel? Maybe that's the catalyst we need.
fell in the ground here, face up, and begin adding.
Use the force to pick it up. Why are you bending down? Come on, use sorcery, bro.
That would be it for this episode. Thank you once again for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel,
You think that's a dog behind him, but that was actually once a potato.
and don't forget to join
Until the Master Sorcerer changed it into a dog. Experimental egregore creation with living fossil part 1 chaos magic. This guy's pretty good with chaos magic.
Okay, this is going to be the first in a series of posts today on Sorcery in Action.
I feel like I'm on a
We are
date
going
with
to
him
be
right
doing
now.
A demonstration on how to create a servitor.
Like a date with my chemistry professor.
Is a temporary being designed
About to
keep
demonstrate a
up and
chemical
fulfill
reaction in
tasks
that
and
beaker.
then dissipate.
Sorcery, self-defense, creating energy, creating energy balls, and summoning belly fire. This dude's gonna have like one of those lasers from My Hero Academia from his belly button.
This will be where we begin the tongue writing to help
Tongue writing?
pull this.
I've heard of that
energy
move
into
before.
us. For
I've
now,
seen it a
we're not
lot
going to
too
be
on
getting into
Pornhub.
that. You want to simply allow that flame to rise from the belly
Yes?
and into the hands. The balance comes from above. We are
Ah, the
balanced.
Drunken Master
We are
karate
free
stance. I know this
flow.
one.
We are loose.
I've seen this in Tekken.
And just put your legs out like that.
Yes.
Here to stand.
Let's see that Rasengan.
Standing.
I don't need taijutsu.
Dancing. Now, see how fast
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
our
whoa!
arms
Jesus
move
Christ.
in this manner.
Calm down. That's... Jesus! Sorcerer! It's too fast! Ah! The chakra energy is overloading! Oh, he almost took out the power grid. Esoteric healing. You're in Dr. Barbara J. Briner's hands now. Nothing to worry about.
Process.
Alright, come on, Barbara. Get in there. She's fallen asleep again.
This is this brow center.
Chakra channels have been aligned. She's on the same frequency.
Solar plexus.
And that looks like it's right around where the solar plexus is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Looks good.
Basic center.
But Barbara, I gotta be honest with you. I took multiple years of
Sacral
anatomy and physiology. What is the basic center? I'm unfamiliar with that.
Art center.
The art center? This man's got an art center inside of him? What the fuck?
assessing the spleen for energy.
Is his spleen giving off energy, Barbara?
And the liver,
Oh, that liver's gonna be pumping out some mean kilojoules.
adrenals.
Ooh, you don't want to get away from the penis quickly, Barbara. You're not ready for that energy. Is she picking invisible flowers? What's happening? Barbara, please! Oh,
I'll come around to the front.
Close
and I'll
call.
Look at the
she almost went too
assess the
deep.
sacral center.
Mm-hmm. Okay, get in there, Barbara. Give him one of these.
Solar plexus center and the pancreas.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Right there with you, Barbara.
Thinking stomach.
What are you fixing there, Barbara? Are you fixing the gaming center inside of him, making him a better Fortnite player? Oh, there we go. Wafting a fart towards his nose, yes. The Dr. Barbara special.
She gives him a lap dance.
Don't spoil the ending, Jesus. I wanted to see it develop naturally. I guess this is just a way to give yourself tinnitus. Is this guy just a professional tinnitus dealer?
Little bit of support. So that's the centering mechanism. So when we're remote,
Jesus, she's just touching everything on this girl. It's like she's playing that arcade game at Dave & Buster's where you tap the light up lights as fast as you can. Why is she having him do a Sig Heil? Does that mean he's responding positively or negatively to the vitamin C? She's working him like a fucking pump on like an old-fashioned water thing.
teeth,
Like in Courage the Cowardly Dog when they were pumping water from the desert.
thyroid, thymus.
Any minute now it's just gonna be wet spot. Like every time his arm cranks he comes a little bit. Or pukes, could be one or the other.
Liver, gallbladder, small intestine,
She's throwing up Naruto jutsus with her hands.
kidney. Okay. You go in priority mode. What do you have here? Go ahead. Okay, that. And not that. So we
Excuse me
found out
boys, I'm gonna go into
about
priority mode as well.
today.
Oh, hold on, going into maintenance mode now.
Chemicals, let's see if you still want that.
What is it, nail polish that she's putting on him?
No. Okay.
Put him into safe mode. You don't want to overload the hardware.
Okay.
This isn't a witch's office, Glowing TV. She's a nutritional response testing expert. See? She's putting little marbles for him to hold on to. That helps her diagnose whether or not he's responding well to the plutonium she's injected into him.
1 cardio plus. You don't need a whole lot.
What was that? Cardio plus.
We're going to see if the banana works for you.
A banana works for all, yeah.
No bananas for you yet.
What? Well, why doesn't the guy get his banana? Alright, let's see if this guy can earn himself a banana. The last guy failed the test. Let's see if he'll pass his SATs of banana or whatever.
Off of the body, and so if I add more pressure, he'll add more pressure. And we're looking for what
Until
we
I
call
snap his arm off.
At that point where I can
Is this like a real thing?
still weak.
This guy's so confident with his bullshit, I'm starting to buy it. Fuck, I think I might need a nutritional test. Can one of you guys push on my arm while I touch my cock with my other hand? That way I can see whether or not I'm gluten intolerant.
There we have a lot.
He's just playing a miniature piano. What does this prove? I've got to know. Oh god, this guy's been way too confident. Is nutrition... What is it? Nutrition response training? Yeah, this inspires confidence in me. Nutrition response testing is very precise and scientific. Alright, I believe it. Yeah, fair enough. I swear to God, it's not a scam. Nutrition response testing is the future. Throw out actual medicine. Please just buy our ink.
We're weak. Close your eyes.
Obviously, yeah, I can tell. Look at the way his arm's bending.
Eyes are weak.
Eyes are very weak, yeah. Weak eyes.
Maxillary sinuses are weak.
I mean, you're kind of suffocating him. You're making it hard for him.
Tonsils are weak.
He's like fucking strangling him. You can't expect him to hold
Thyroid's weak.
a good grip.
Liver is weak.
Maybe you're just stronger than this guy, you know what I mean? Looks like you're putting some real elbow grease on there, and John over there is struggling to keep his arm from breaking. I think he's just getting fatigued from holding it up for so long, you know what I mean?
which means his body is having a problem digesting those 3 sugars.
Ah, of course, that's what that means.
Take the rest
Did
of
they
the
give him the
foods,
banana?
put them on
This
his
is too
body.
long. Where's the banana?
The mouse causes
You don't even put him through the banana test. How can I even trust this guy?
Leo came.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I oftentimes try to think of stupid professions that could actually make quite a bit of money, and I thought of some pretty good ones, some of my best being a car whisperer, where people who are very passionate about their automobiles could hire me for about $50 an hour, and I'd go just fall asleep in the backseat of their car, and I'd wake up with a lot of advice on what the car's feeling, how the car feels about the owner, so I could bridge this gap between the two so that way the owner can be more in touch with their car, and for a premium price I could help them give tips on how to improve their gas mileage, what the car wants in order for it to perform to its optimal levels. I've also thought about a wealthy person bragging therapist, where the really wealthy people can come in and for, let's say, about $1,000 an hour, they can just brag at me about how rich they are and I'll just sit there and listen. But not even I could think of a stupider gimmick than what I saw on Facebook today. A performance artist for pets. You can already just gather they love the smell of their own farts. It's amazing. It's a brilliant scheme. Let's go ahead and play this a bit. Little missionary position while the dog watch is on. Pretty incredible stuff. It's perfect because there's so many people that would definitely buy into this, people that really want their animals to experience the finer things in life, like expensive cuisines and taking them to plays and shows and shit. Now you can order these two goobers to come right to your house and perform for them like a fucking magician at a child's birthday party.
Contact us and invite us to their home.
So these are the two performance artists. The guy looks like the dwarf Ori from the Hobbit movies. And basically what they do is they go to the pet owner's home and just kind of play with the pets for anywhere from 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and that's about it. And you pay them for playing with your pets while you're there. I don't know why you wouldn't just play with your pets instead of hire these professional performance artists. I mean, they don't even have a script or props or anything. It's some very low budget performance art if you ask me. But then again, I'm not an animal. I don't know what kind of standards animal plays should be held to. So maybe the animals are blown away by their performance. Maybe they think it's top tier entertainment. But more likely than not, they're just wondering when they're gonna get their treat.
We were looking at pets already since years, and one of the things that we're interested in is how much spare time they have. And having a free time is really one of the important things you need in order to consume culture. And then we also noticed how our human audiences have almost no time. So why not expand our work to this new audience?
What do you mean how much free time animals have? Animals have nothing but free time. They don't have a work schedule. They don't have obligations or anything. Oh shit, the analytics are pouring in. It looks like I need to invest in sausages soon. What do you think, Mr. Ruffles? Well, Beavington, I'd say the puppy chow pow pow is about to collapse. I think that bubble's about to burst. Well, it's a stupid point to make. Why not be a little more honest? Yeah, we knew there'd be dumb people out there to buy this service, so we decided to go for it. Since we were unable to do it for humans successfully, might as well do it for pets. Don't try and hide it behind, well, animals have some free time and why not give them a little culture? No, that's stupid. An animal doesn't give a shit about pop culture. Are you fucking kidding me? There's not a single fucking animal out there right now going, oh, all this free time, if only I could see a play. I wish Phantom of the Fetch was coming to my town. Fuck.
Do cats react differently from dogs?
Performance for the dog and performance for cats are different shows.
How many shows do they have up their asshole? I don't see scripts or anything. I imagine they just kind of go here and wing it. Now, while I find the whole idea of being a professional performance artist for pets to be quite ridiculous, I will say I do see the value in people coming to play with people's pets that are too busy to do it themselves if they have to work too much. But that's just called pet sitting. I think most pet sitters play with your animals because animals are fucking awesome. I don't think there's much of a need for professional performance artists for pets. I don't think that category is going to be at the Oscars anytime soon or anything like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe next year we'll see a category for this. Oh, and here accepting the award for Best Pet Play is Scrotius von Sonting for his work on the Book of More Treats. But yeah, anyway, I thought this was just another little creative waste of money profession type deal. So, that's it. See ya. Well, in the original Iron Man, he was set up to be War Machine. So, Terrence Howard is a very popular actor. He's been in a lot of big things, but the one most people know him for is his role in Iron Man. He got replaced by Don Cheadle because Terrence said he was really unhappy that he wasn't making as much money as Robert Downey Jr. And there's so much to go in here. There's This is an onion with many layers. Terrence Howard also believes that he has discovered and created his own logic language, which he calls teriology. He has spent the better part of, I think, about 7 or 8 years, trying to mathematically prove that 1 times 1 equals 2, and that 0 doesn't exist. Didn't he say people watched Iron Man because of him? Yeah, he credits Iron Man's success to his role. Yeah, this is the 1 times 1 equals 2 guy. But I always knew about that shit, but I didn't know that wasn't the end of it. So I was reading some of the comments here and getting as much information. I'm going to show you the scam that he's trying to run right now in a minute. But I was reading so much about him and like going through this rabbit hole. And this is from one of his books, apparently. I haven't read the whole book, but I'm assuming it's an excerpt because it has to go with his idea that 0 isn't real. So, where is it? Here. I made that statement, there's no such thing as 0. He looked at me with a puzzled look upon his face, and the professor said, let's say you had an apple, and I had an apple, and you gave me your apple. How many apples do you have? I said, I have 2 apples. He said, you don't understand, you gave me your apple. I said, no, you don't understand. Actual, I'm 14 and this is deep shit. As long as you are still inside this universe, whatever you have, I have, because everything in this universe is connected to everything else. Even if you could take my apple and place it into an adjacent universe, I would still have 2 apples because as long as the universe is touching this universe, then everything in that universe is still connected to and influenced by every single atom in this universe. Therefore, my giving you my apple is paramount to me transferring my apple from my left to my right hand because all things are one. So using his own logic language here, he should have no right to be whining about not getting paid as much as Robert Downey Jr. because basically Robert Downey Jr.'s money is his money. That's the argument he makes here. The man is a walking contradiction of his own dog shit logic. Okay, but that was years ago. What? No, he still does this. What? Look, this is from 2 days ago.
Was there for 2 years until I saw that there was an inconsistency
with the math.
There.
Yep.
And so I went out to explore
1 times 1 equals 2
of understanding how the universe works, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry. And then with that geometry, I was able to
he's done it
on that. And what I'm saying is now we have invented a new form of flight that I would like to bring here to Uganda to replace the drones, to replace the helicopters, to replace the planes in which to build this. Now, this is the geometry of hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
Of hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
This is the proton itself. So any bond that hydrogen can make, our linchpins are able to make. So we're talking about unlimited bonding, unlimited predictable
it's like an anime.
Structures, supersymmetry. And
so many buzzwords.
The linchpins are now able to behave as a swarm, as a colony that can defend a nation, that can harvest food, that can remove plastics from the ocean, that
can do anything, can fuck your own wife.
Uganda and the people of Uganda an opportunity without having to have our young men lose their lives.
All thanks to the hydrogen linchpin bonding geometry that he was able to discover. See, I don't know what you're talking about, but that was years ago. He still believes this and does this actively. This was 3 days ago at a conference, trying to sell them on a scam. And this was back when I first found him. He published a paper on 1 times 1 equals 2. And he posted it on Twitter to get laughed at. Oh, another really interesting thing. This one's more sad than interesting, honestly. Terrence Howard, when he was a child, witnessed his dad stab a guy to death at a mall during a Santa Claus showing. They called it the Santa line slaying. I had no idea, but I learned this yesterday. When Terrence Howard was a child, him and his father were in line to sit on Santa's lap, and his dad got into an altercation with another guy. I think his name was Jack Fitzpatrick. They started arguing. Jack Fitzpatrick eventually pushed Terrence Howard's dad against a wall, and then they got broken up, and then Terrence's dad got some sharp object. No one knows whether it was a knife or if someone gave him something or whatever, because there was apparently a story about how a bystander gave him a nail filer to fight back, and he took the sharp object and stabbed him a lot, and he died. And it's called the Santa line slaying. And Terrence Howard is so shameless that he went on Oprah's show and told a complete fabrication of the events that happened, so much so that Terrence Howard's own dad came out and basically just called him a lying clout chaser. Why would you stab someone who you just met? You make it sound like it was at Thanksgiving or something. They got into an argument and apparently both parties were at fault. They both got rowdy, but Terrence Howard's dad took it much further than the other guy clearly and stabbed him to death. All over cutting in line during a Santa Claus event at a mall. Oh, this is also a really cool quote that people always give thanks for. If 1 times 1 equals 1, that means that 2 is of no value because 1 times itself has no effect. 1 times 1 equals 2 because the square root of 4 is 2. So what's the square root of 2? Should be 1. But we're told it's 2, and that cannot be. Fucking poetry, man. That's so deep. This man is traveling through dimensions with this advanced mathematics. That paragraph would fool 60% of Americans into thinking it's accurate. No, you're actually wrong. So, and I understand, like, Americans super dumb, and I've been on Twitter, so I think everyone's kind of fucking dumb to some level. But even Terryology, nobody besides Terry believes in. So Terrence Howard, like I said, has spent the better part of like 7 years trying to prove his logic language, 1 times 1 equals 2, 0 doesn't exist, all these things. And it's called Terryology. And I believe he even patented it. Nobody, not even his most brainwashed fans, believe in it. They still laugh at him for it, to this day. I really want to find the tweet, though, because in his own paper that he published to prove 1 times 1 equals 2, he put in an entire section of fan fiction about the sky people, the Anunnaki that once indoctrinated us into believing 1 times 1 equals 1, or something, whatever the fuck it was. I need to find that tweet. It was somewhere in these comments. So this is his paper on 1 times 1 equals 2. And in this section right here, he starts talking about the Anunnaki sky people in his own, like, actual published paper to try and debunk incorrect mathematics. Some call them the Anunnaki, the sky people, whomever they were that gave that naive generation some 6,000 years ago a multiplication table and a flat view of universal geometry. They gave that poor misguided people a false axiom upon which to build their world. A false axiom that would behave almost as a bumper for our infantile-like species. A tutor, as it were. A false axiom that would allow for a measure of growth and productivity for that civilization, but would inevitably lead to failure and its inevitable collapse. Unfortunately, the later generations would eventually come to inherit this once thriving Mediterranean metropolis that includes, and not so lucky, entire world. Now for the last 5,000 or plus years, our ancestors enslaved our thinking with that dogma for generations upon generations, leading down to our great-grandparents, and who, in like manner, indoctrinated their children, who in turn would help the newly formed system called tradition to propagate this false truth to the rest of the world. This is a paper he published to try and prove 1 times 1 equals 2. And that is in the paper. Holy fuck, this guy is based. I'm a teriologist now. Hey, man. Nothing but respect to all the teriologists out there. He says that 0 doesn't exist. I know. I was just talking about that. He believes that 0 can't exist because all of our universes touch each other, so everything is 1. Which, again, this ties into the idea. If Terrence really believes that, why not just give away all of his money? Because it'd still be his money. He'd still have his money by his own logic. Just give it to everyone who commented on this Twitter post. Give it to the teriologists. 100% this is because of a bad acid trip. It's super possible, but I actually think it's probably rooted in something much sadder. Like I mentioned, he watched his dad murder a man in line for Santa Claus. Like, that's a traumatizing thing. I think from the get-go, this guy was just kind of fucked. Hashtag proof. Was that to me? It's a very well documented thing. Here, it's called the Santa line slang. Happened in 1971, I think. Yeah, 1971. Jack Fitzpatrick, and I believe his dad's name is Tyrone Howard. Yeah, Tyrone Howard. That's a cool origin story. Yeah, I don't know about cool necessarily. but it actually does sound like an origin story out of a comic book. And then he just recently made that statement in Uganda, which actually does sound like a supervillain giving away his plan about how he solved the universal, whatever, grand levitation equation or some shit, and how he's using hydrogen bonds for unlimited power, and it'll be a drone, it'll be a plane, it'll clean plastics from the ocean. Oh yeah, the hydrogen proton. Right. I like his math. I'm pretty sure this doubles my money. Well, it's not your money to begin with. It's Terrence's money. It's all of our money. Read the book on stream and convert the chat to Teriology. Well, the book isn't like... As I understand it, the book is shit like this, where he starts talking about the Anunnaki sky people, and then just throwing formulas all over the place, but getting all of the formulas wrong. Like, endlessly wrong. So it's not exactly like a book to be read. It's more of like a look into lunacy. Like written out. Maybe Terry was right. Can you imagine? Imagine 50 years from now, it turns out all of our math was wrong, and they look at Terrence Howard as like a prophet. They look at him as like a genius that wasn't appreciated during his time for his work on 1 × 1 = 2 and 0 not being real. Just fucking imagine that universe. In 500 years, we'll have a Terrence statue outside the MIT building. Well, by then we'll already have mastered the the hydrogen proton technology. So we will have flying buildings by then. We won't even use statues. It'll be like hydrogen molds. I actually remember he went on... Was it Good Morning Today? Or it might have been The View. I think it was The View, to talk about teriology.
Go ahead. Okay. Now, a couple years ago, I did an article for the Rolling Stones, and they said I was crazy because I was telling them that the square root of 2 was a rational number. This is the proof that the square root of 2 is a rational number.
Well, you went to Oxford to present.
Fuck, now I see it.
About the point where 4 bubbles meet equally and oppositely.
Can I touch it?
Yes, and it's where 12 planes meet. This is an undiscovered geometry that I'm now making known to the world here on this show.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
I know.
Well, when I was at Oxford,
I love that geometry.
they were so upset. Our entire world economy is based on 1 × 1 = 1. So if you can prove that an action times an action equals a reaction, which science proves, then 1 × 1 must equal more than 1. And to have the physical proof of it, that kind of shakes things up a bit.
Well, you're a shaker-upper.
Well, that's the Oxford.
Oh.
Thank you. I guess they don't like
I think The View, and like maybe just talk shows in general, are one of the most detrimental things to the American household that we've ever had. Second only to like Twitter and shit, I would say. It just platforms absolute insanity. It's wild. Like, it's baffling. They don't even bother to even, like, ask the most general questions like, well, how? Can you prove it? Are you sure? Really? They're just constantly sucking dick all the time for whatever guest they bring on. Blows my mind.
So here's my question for you, because we were talking about immigration before on the panel, and I'm a child of Italian-American grandparents who were, my mother was born here.
Okay, well, I guess we're done with teriology. They steered that topic away real quick. Tony Stark himself taught Terry that 1 × 1 = 2. Yeah, he should really credit Tony Stark somewhere in this paper, but I don't think he does. No respect. It's just such a fascinating rabbit hole. I implore anyone who likes wild, wacky shit to look into teriology. I do believe it is patented. Let me double check.